All right, welcome to a retry on shooting this one. This is inspired content with the proposal that people can join me for the alphabet project in February, where February has this year 29 days and 26 letters of the alphabet. So you should be able to do a project every day for the month of February for each of the letters of the alphabet during the course of a month. And I built this prompt list. I didn't necessarily stick to it completely all the way through, but it's not hard to imagine. Like, you can do a theme, a medium, or an object, or a technique. These are loose categories, so they don't necessarily hold up. Whereas, like, the question of, is chalk the medium you're using, or is it the object you're making? Are you casting chalk into the form of penguins or something to that effect? Is that a P or a C for chalk or penguin? But each of those four categories over on the side here are also accompanied by this column here, which is just the letter. And you're perfectly welcome to, if the only thing you want to do during the course of the month is do a calligraphy or hand lettered, like the old illuminated manuscripts, where you could do just a fancy block style patterned letter for the starting of a page of an ancient book or whatever. If you want to do illuminations with each of these letters for the month of February, that works. Because if you're doing an R, it counts as an R project for that letter of the alphabet. But when I did this, I had a lot of fun exploring some of the other ideas besides just the letters. So we had some of the themes, some of the mediums, some of the objects, and some of the techniques that I used. And I changed my idea for what I was going to do for each letter partway through based off of the materials I had available and the time that I was afforded to do that. But I had a blast doing this project, and I wanted other people to do that as well. Um, this is sort of one of those things that I think I will leave up in perpetuity. I will do my best to update with pictures of the previous round I did of this. So for each of the letters, it'll be like A is for. What did I do for A? Oh, I did acrylic pouring as a painting mechanism. And B, I did book. And C, I did chalk. So I will do a short video update for each of those as we go. And those will be pictures that I took of the previous round I did as I do the different rounds for this. Because I didn't do them in order. You don't have to do these in order. If you want to do an astronomy project and it's going to take you a week and a half or more to do a cutout astrolabe with a laser cutter that you have, then do that later. You don't have to do them in order. That's not the goal. The goal is to explore whole new sets of prompts and ideas for creative projects that you can do a creative project every day for the month of February, the shortest month of the year. So you don't have to worry about it being a huge investment of 31 days of doing a project. This is 26 projects that you have to do by the end of the month of February. That's still a lot, but also remember, you can literally just pull out a scrap of paper and do a calligraphy writing with the letter R. Or you could do a um, uh, what was one of the ones that I really enjoyed doing that was a little weird? Oh, the simpler ones for me were origami. I did micro origami where I took a scrap of my wrapping paper over here on the side, which is terrible paper for making origami with. It was a uh, foiled paper, wrapping paper, and it did not fold well, and the plasticky metal coating on it made it worse for doing. So I only managed to fold an origami crane that would take up half of a face of a dime. I'm pretty sure when I've had better quality paper to work with, I've been able to get three of them to fit on the head of a dime. And unfortunately, for some of that, the camera's not great at taking those pictures, so I will have to see whether or not I can make that work better this next time. But I will try to do the pictures that I took of each of these projects uh, for YouTube Shorts every day with the letter of the alphabet and the project that I made for it. And then following that, I will be also working on a series of a new set of 26 creative projects based off of this list. I might make some tweaks. You're not beholden by any of these. So if instead of fear, felt, flowers, or faux painting, you decide you wanted to do Fabergé, do it. These are suggestions. They're not written in stone and they're not binding legal agreements. Do what suits your soul. But I do encourage you to explore some new things, like some of these Zillage, Yeseria, Xerox art, visual focus depth. I can go into discussions of more of about what those are, but you can look most of that up. Scriptvito for S on techniques. A lot of the techniques ones were very unique. The custom culture is a little tricky because I don't know that some of these technically qualify as techniques. The custom culture might be more of a theme. I'm not sure. But I did my best to have a letter for every category for every letter of the alphabet. And that's the idea. I hope that even if nobody joins me for this year, because I know it's a little late notice to jump on board now, I hope that this is an idea that some of you will engage with either now or in the future. And that's sort of the pitch for tonight. I'm doing a taste test of peanuts and Coca-Cola because somebody recommended that as a taste test, and honestly, I like what I did when I was younger better, which was Honey Nut Cheerios and Diet Coke. That was better. I didn't do it often, quite frankly, but the crunchiness in the fizzy sweetness was kind of nice. This is a little different. And that does remind me. So if you want to do ZD for Z, you can make a baked ziti. You can do a pasta picture frame. You can do a pasta necklace. For zucchini, you could do a zucchini bread, or some of those carved food sculptures where they make swans out of vegetables or whatever. Play with it. That's the point. Play with your creative ideas and explore new mediums and techniques and objects. And if you write poetry for every one of these things, that's fine. That's better than fine. It's exploring new things and expanding your creative process to do a daily project. And I would be more than happy to have other people along this journey with me. So here's to February. Best of luck to y'all. I still like the cereal better. See you in February, guys.